Working from home isn't a real job, my sister Angela typed into the family group chat, her message appearing on my laptop's screen mid-code review. Let's stop pretending Maya is some big success story. I continued typing, my fingers flying across the keyboard as I debugged a critical algorithm for my company's latest AI software release. My phone buzzed insistently on the desk beside me, my publicist calling for the third time in 10 minutes with news that would make Angela's condescension look spectacularly foolish. What my entire family didn't know, because I'd learned years ago that their skepticism wasn't worth fighting, was that Forbes magazine wanted me on their 30 Under 30 cover as Tech Entrepreneur of the Year. The family group chat exploded with responses. Mom, Angela, that's harsh. Dad, your sister works very hard at her computer thing. My older brother Kevin. I mean, working from home does seem easier than my 80-hour weeks at the hospital. Just saying. Angela, thank you. I'm managing 30 people at the agency. Dad's been at the manufacturing plant for 35 years. Kevin saves lives and Maya sits in pajamas typing. Let's be honest about who's actually contributing. I watched the messages pile up, each one another small cut. 7 years of building Clarinet AI in my one-bedroom apartment in Austin. 7 years of 90-hour weeks, failed pitches, maxed out credit cards, and believing in something nobody else could see. My phone rang again. I answered. Maya. Finally, my publicist Tasha sounded breathless. Where have you been? I've been trying to reach you for an hour. Sorry, family drama and a critical bug fix. What's up? Forbes. 30 Under 30. They don't just want you on the list, they want you for the cover. Tech Entrepreneur of the Year. The article goes live next month. My fingers froze. The cover. The cover. Plus a feature on Clarinet's valuation and those acquisition offers you turned down. Maya, this is massive. I need you to say yes before my heart explodes. I glanced at my laptop screen at Angela's message still glowing. Stop pretending you're successful. Yes, I said. Absolutely yes. Perfect. They want to interview you tomorrow and shoot next week in New York. They're calling it the $200 million algorithm, how a 29-year-old built an AI empire from her bedroom. After Tasha hung up, I sat in my home office, the converted corner of my living room with the standing desk I'd assembled myself, and let it sink in. Forbes. The cover. Tech Entrepreneur of the Year. I scrolled back through the family chat. Angela had sent 3 more messages explaining why real jobs require offices and dress codes. I typed, family Zoom tomorrow at 6 p.m. I have news. Mom, is everything okay? Me? Everything's fine. Just want to share something. Angela, let me guess. You got a promotion at your company. One smirking face emoji. I didn't respond. I had an interview to prep for. The Forbes interview the next day was intense. The journalist Patricia Hughes didn't pull punches. Clarinet AI now has 47 employees, $23 million in annual revenue, and you've turned down 3 acquisition offers, the largest being $200 million from Google. Why? Because Clarinet is worth more than that. We're projecting $50 million in revenue next year. Our AI for medical diagnostics is being adopted by hospitals nationwide. We're solving real problems. Why sell now? You're 29, self-funded, and built this entirely bootstrapped. That's almost unheard of in tech. I didn't have the luxury of venture capital. I was a first-generation college student from a working-class family in Ohio. I couldn't afford to fail, so I built slowly and sustainably. I paused. My family still didn't really understand what I do. What do they think you do? They think I play on my computer all day. Yesterday, my sister told the family group chat that working from home isn't a real job. Patricia laughed. How do you think she'll react to this? Honestly, no idea. That evening at 6 o'clock, I joined the family Zoom. All 14 extended family members were present. Mom and Dad in their kitchen in Ohio, Kevin from his apartment, Angela from her downtown office, where she'd stayed late specifically for this call. Okay, Maya, what's the big news? Angela asked, barely glancing up from her phone. Did you finally get a corporate job offer? Not exactly. I shared my screen pulling up the Forbes website. I got something else. I clicked on the advance article. Forbes 30 Under 30 Tech Entrepreneur of the Year. Maya Patel, 29, built a $200 million AI company from her bedroom. How she's revolutionizing medical diagnostics. And why she turned down Google. The silence was absolute. What? Angela's face went pale. Forbes is putting me on the cover of their 30 Under 30 issue next month. Tech Entrepreneur of the Year. I pulled up Clarinet's website. This is my company. We build AI software for medical diagnostics. We help doctors identify diseases earlier and more accurately. $200 million? Dad's voice was faint. That was Google's offer last year. I turned it down. Current valuation is around $300 million based on our growth trajectory. You run a $300 million company? Mom looked stunned. I founded and I own it. PO 47 employees, downtown office space. Though I still work from home most days because I built this entire company from this apartment. Kevin found his voice. Maya, I had no idea. I thought you did freelance web design or something. I tried to tell you multiple times, but every time I mentioned my company, someone made a joke about Maya and her laptop. So I stopped explaining. I couldn't hide the edge in my voice. You assumed that because I work from home in comfortable clothes, I couldn't possibly be successful. But you never asked. Millions of dollars, Angela protested. You never said millions of dollars. You never asked. You just assumed. I pulled up my LinkedIn company press releases, articles from TechCrunch. This is all public information. Clarinet has been featured in major tech publications for 2 years. I've spoken at conferences. None of you ever Googled me. Uncle Frank cleared his throat. I called it playing on the computer at Thanksgiving. You did. Multiple people did. It's been the family joke for 7 years. Maya, Mom said softly, tears forming. Why didn't you make us understand? Because I was busy building something real, Mom. I didn't have time to convince people it mattered. I had to actually make it matter. I softened slightly. And honestly, part of me wanted to prove it first. When does the Forbes cover come out? Angela asked, her voice small. Next month. Photo shoot in New York next week. They specifically want to photograph me in my home office. They say it's part of the story, building an empire from a spare bedroom. How did we miss this? Kevin asked. How do you go from college graduate to $300 million company without us knowing? You didn't miss it. You dismissed it. I pulled up my calendar. Here's my typical week. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., sometimes later. Saturdays for strategic planning, Sundays for investor relations. I work more hours than you do, Kevin. Just from home in yoga pants. No boss to hold you accountable, Angela said. I have 47 employees, hundreds of hospital clients, and a board of advisors. I'm accountable to all of them plus the market. If my software fails, people die. We're in medical diagnostics. The stakes are life and death. That landed hard. People's lives depend on your work, Dad asked quietly. Yes. Our AI helps catch early-stage cancers, identify rare diseases, predict cardiac events. We've saved thousands of lives at this point. That's what I do, from my home office in my pajamas. The silence was heavy with shame and realization. Angela spoke first, her voice breaking. I'm sorry. I've been incredibly dismissive. I didn't understand. I didn't even try. None of us did, Kevin added. We assume success looks a certain way. Corner offices, suits, commutes. We couldn't see past the surface. You assume success looks like your definition of it, I said. But the most valuable companies in the world started in garages and bedrooms. I'm not unique. I'm just part of a different model. Can you tell us about it? Mom asked. How you built this? We want to understand now. So I did. For an hour, I explained the journey. Identifying a gap in medical diagnostic software while working as a data analyst, spending nights and weekends building the prototype, maxing out credit cards while perfecting the algorithm, cold calling 200 hospitals to land the first client. The hardest part, I said, wasn't the technical challenges or money stress. It was feeling like nobody took me seriously. My college friends went into consulting, got fancy titles. I was working from home. Code for unemployed, Angela admitted, crying now. I literally told people you were between jobs. I'm so sorry. I know. I heard you. How did you keep going? Kevin asked. Because patients were getting better diagnoses. That mattered more than family validation. I'll admit though, this Forbes cover feels pretty good. Uncle Frank laughed, breaking the tension. I bet it does. Can we come to New York? Mom asked suddenly. For the photo shoot. I want to support you now even though we didn't before. I hesitated then smiled. Yeah, that would be nice. After the call ended, Angela stayed on. Maya, I'm truly sorry. I was projecting my insecurities. I work 60 hours a week, I'm exhausted, and I was jealous of your supposed easy life. I didn't realize you were working harder than all of us combined, and actually changing the world. I appreciate that, I said. I'm going to frame that Forbes cover and put it in my office as a reminder not to judge what I don't understand. The next week my family came to New York. They watched as Forbes photographed me at my laptop in front of Clarinet's office, demonstrating our medical scanner AI. When the issue came out, I sent everyone copies. Angela framed hers. Kevin displayed his in the hospital break room. Mom and Dad put theirs on the mantle. The best moment came at Thanksgiving when Uncle Frank's friend asked what I did. Before I could answer, Angela jumped in. She runs a $300 million medical AI company that saves lives. She was just on the cover of Forbes. From her home office, Kevin added proudly, because she's brilliant and doesn't need a corner office to change the world. I looked around at my family, the same people who had dismissed my work for 7 years, now celebrating it with genuine understanding. Success hadn't changed. Their perception of it had. And honestly, that validation was almost as sweet as the Forbes cover.